Start by painting a pretty familiar picture for most of us. You're sitting in traffic and you're going about 20 miles under the speed limit, and you're wondering who the hell is in front of you driving this car. You finally get up to the red light, you pull up, and you see someone that looks like this, driving 20 under with their chin on the wheel. If you're anything like me, you usually probably react something like that. I've been researching this topic for a couple weeks now, and I firmly believe that everyone over the age of 65 should be given a driving test every 5 years. First and major concern is road safety. Not giving elderly driving tests makes our road very unsafe. There's a lot of evidence behind my point. I'm going to start with our motor skills. Now, motor skill is defined as a predetermined movement with an exact outcome, which is literally driving. Our motor skills decrease significantly as we age. Next is our decision making and reaction time, which are obviously very important in driving. If someone pops up in front of you while you're driving, you want to make sure that your reaction time is on point to dodge it or take whatever action is necessary. Third is our eyesight. Not only on the road, you have to see what's in front of you, but also when looking down, and if someone can't read a speedometer or what's going on in the actual car, it can be very troublesome and very dangerous for anyone else on the road. And finally, elderly are much more susceptible to accidents and disease. Things like Alzheimer's or falling or stroke can impair someone's ability to drive pretty substantially. And like my grandparents, sometimes old people can be pretty stubborn, so convincing them that they need help isn't always the easiest thing to do. For my next point, I'm going to refer to this image, and I know these days are long behind us, which might cause some PTSD for some of us, but one day our kids will be driving as well. Hopefully not anytime soon, but we want to make sure that our roads are safe for them. In addition, the problem is getting worse. Life expectancy is through the roof. You can see in this, in the data collected by the United Nations in a study of life expectancy done in 2017, that all over the world, life expectancy is up. According to the Center for Disease and Control and Prevention, in a study done in November 2018, there's been a 50% increase in licensed drivers over the age of 65 since 1999. In addition, in the same study, they found that an average of 20 older adults are killed a day in fatal crashes, which is up 97% since the same year in 1999. So my solution would be a virtual reality driving test for elderly adults over the age of 65 every 5 years. This test will be overseen by the state DMV, just like any other driving test. In addition, a standard eye exam will be required as well. This is the only fair way to assess everyone on a standard scale. And it's the only fair way because not everyone's motor skills and eyesight, decision-making, reaction time decrease at the same rate. This will be mandatory, and it'll make it a one-for-all solution. Failure to pass this driving test would result in immediate suspension of someone's driver's license. In addition, it will also solve the problem that I was speaking on a little bit earlier of taking away the keys from some older adults' parents. Like I said, elderly people can be stubborn sometimes, and for our parents and other adults, taking away the keys from their parents is a big problem for them sometimes. A driving test would make it definitive and mandatory by law. So as a result, our roads will be much safer for everyone, including the elderly. By taking public transportation or other forms of transportation, they won't have to worry about people out there not making the right decisions. In addition, we'll give peace of mind to our parents and our loved ones on the road, especially during adverse weather conditions. I know my mom's always freaking out every time I come back here to school, and she's like worried about not so much me, but other drivers on the road who may not have an idea of what they're doing. And a lot of times, it could be an elderly person behind the wheel on the other side. This would also result in substantially less crashes and fatal accidents. Again, the roads would just be a lot safer as a result. And unfortunately, the only way to make change in this country is slow process. So I encourage all of you to write to your state senator, Rob Portman, at 1240 East 9th Street in Cleveland, Ohio, to get a law to Congress and get it through Congress, although it will take some time. And I will leave you a statistic provided by the Transport Accident Commission in a study published on their website titled Older Driver Statistics in February of this year. The statistic says that drivers over the age of 75 have the highest risk in a fatal crash than any other age group. That means that they are more dangerous to be on the road than even our newest drivers who are just passing driving school. Thanks.